Hey guys, Cheri from the Watery Mouth here. This isn't working. What's not working? Well, my protocol. This video is the second video in a series about what I'm specifically doing right now as far as what I'm eating, how things are going, all that kind of stuff. If you like the videos where I'm kind of giving you some more information about my life, this is the video for you. If you don't like the videos where I'm just blabbing on, this isn't the video for you. But in either case, you can hit the gear button and click the 2 times so you can watch this at 2 times the speed. Hold on. So you can watch this video at 2 times the speed, a little bit quicker, and not have to waste so much of your precious time. But so I wanted to talk a little bit about what is not working right now. Maybe you've encountered this kind of a thing, and maybe this will help you. All right, so as I mentioned in my last video, go watch that video for some more background information. I am working to get back down to my like happy weight of 115 and maybe a Nutritarian weight of 110. It's all gonna depend on kind of just how it goes. Now I wanna make a note about this weight thing that I didn't talk about in my last video. I've talked about this a lot before, but you hear Dr. Fuhrman saying all the time that weight isn't based on a look. Right? Like he doesn't say that, but weight is not based on a look. Weight is based on where your body is supposed to be. So it's not something that you actually decide, right? It's something that once you become a full-on Nutritarian, the body decides for itself. Vincent, seriously, like, get out of here. Go. So the body decides for itself. Once you've really gotten everything all worked out, and you're kind of just in the swing of things. Now, I've been doing this for over 6 years now, and I don't feel like I'm quite there yet. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I am pretty like addiction friendly kind of person when it comes to food. I've always had binge eating tendencies and food addiction issues and stuff like that. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you would know that. Now, using the mindset techniques that I learned this year and that I'm using in my private coaching, now I'm finally feeling like I'm getting over that part. Did the Eat to Live diet help with this? Yes. Did it bring me all the way there? No. I have to add in mindset and things like that in order to be able to kind of go all the way. And I feel like I'm getting there. This last few weeks has been a really interesting time for me. When I changed my protocol to try and work in a little bit more oatmeal and stuff like that, that's something I would have never considered before because I was always so afraid of just going overboard. But now, can you hear my cat meowing? Like, I mean, purring. She can't just mind her own business, you know? So I've been kind of toying with this stuff a little bit, bringing in more foods that I wouldn't normally bring in. We have bread at my house now. My daughter eats tortellini, like vegan tortellini for dinner a lot. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, you know, bread with avocado, like avocado toast, things like this. These are literally all foods I would have never kept in the house if you'd asked me last year or 2 years ago or any time before this. I just didn't keep the foods in the house because it was too triggering for me as a food addict. But now with all of this stuff that I'm putting together into one sort of, you know, program for myself and for clients and stuff for you in the future as well, I finally feel the freedom of being able to say that, like, we can have bread in the house. We could even have junk food in the house, but we choose not to anyways just because we don't want to do junk food, but we could have it around. Like, we could go to a party, we could do these things and still stick to, like, I could still stick to my game. So that is a level of freedom that I didn't know if it would be possible or not for me, and it's very exciting because it's kind of proving all the things that I suspected right. But I have to say, just having Nutritarian food, I still, like, had I only had Nutritarian food, like, maybe it would have worked, but the problem is you can't eat only Nutritarian food, you know, like, you go off track and whatever. And so it was kind of the mindset techniques that took it to the end. So this is what's really fun now, because I can really start playing with protocols. Protocols are the set of meals that you're gonna eat kind of for the rest of your life that keep you at your get you to and keep you at your happy weight, your goal weight, what have you, whatever that weight is, who knows, but get you there and keep you there for life. They also are satisfying, so you get enough fiber. They give you enough nutrients, like from a Nutritarian perspective, you're actually getting all the foods that you're supposed to be eating all the time. And it's like, most importantly, it's set up in a way that you can do this for the rest of your life. Yeah. Then you add the mindset, like thought work on top of it, and it kind of is a like an unstoppable sort of formula. And so I've been messing with this a lot lately. I showed you my protocol in the last video. Make sure you watch that one if you're curious more about the context of this. So I'm going to tell you about why that isn't working and what I've changed to now. So when I was doing that, I started to do the eating at noon, like first meal at noon, having some oatmeal, etc. So first of all, that protocol had too much oatmeal. I suspected 1 cup might have been too much, so I just used a half a cup, because with a whole apple, a banana, and some blueberries, I just didn't even need more food. It was just a huge bowl, plus half a cup of oatmeal was plenty, a little bit of walnuts, that was plenty of food. So I did a half a cup anyways. But then I ended up having a few bites of extra oatmeal almost every time I had that anyhow. Not that that's an issue, because I had planned a cup anyways, but so that would have been fine, I think, but the meal itself actually, excuse me, only needed a half a cup. So I changed the protocol to be half a cup. But then I started to have like a little bit of extra oatmeal anyways, because it is a bit addicting, right? And I'm working on trying to be less triggered and less addicted to grains. But it didn't feel addicting, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat this whole container. It was just like, I'm gonna have a few extra bites, which, first of all, that's not me, right? I'm the kind of person that would eat the whole container and just be telling myself, like, you're not gonna be able to stop, blah, 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 right? So that was cool. That is cool, by the way. And then, so then I would have a salad for lunch, and then I would have a smoothie for dinner. And the salad for lunch was, and is, the biggest part of this whole thing that matters. Because I gotta say, having done this for over 6 years, I don't think there's ever been a period of a full, maybe 5-6 weeks where I had a salad every day. Oftentimes much less. It'd be salad every day for, you know, 5 or 6 days, and then not, and then getting back to salads or whatever. And really, it always seemed like one of the biggest things that was important for me to do was to keep having a salad every day. And as we know, the salad is the main dish, right? Like, it's the most important part of the Nutritarian diet, but if you're not actually following it, it makes it so much more difficult. So you have to get through the mindset part of, like, how do I eat a salad every day? Like, when I don't want one, you know, and I have cravings and stuff like that. And so that's kind of what changed in this last few weeks, is getting to this place of finally believing the thought I could have a salad every single day for the rest of my life. That thought I always rejected. I always was just like, no, that's impossible. That's not gonna happen, you know, whatever. Now it's a mindset shift. I've shifted to this idea that yes, I definitely could have one every single day, no matter what, which I think has been a long time in the making, right? But that's kind of the first thing that was really helpful. So I don't necessarily think it was having oatmeal in the diet. I think it was more having salad every day that was important. And then a couple of the days I got in sort of like, I would get busy, it'd be late, I would either have some smoothie already made, or if I didn't have it already made, then I would end up having some of my daughter's dinner, stuff like that. So for a few days there, as I was testing it, I realized, well, the way I have it set up really it's not really working, and I don't think it would work long term for me. Number one, because waiting until noon to eat, I was way too hungry. I just feel like when your body tells you you're hungry every single day at 8 or 9, it's hard to resist that, right? And I don't think that we necessarily should. We should just eat when we're hungry, right? So so that was one thing. I can do it, but I gotta say, waiting until noon for a week or two to eat my first meal of the day actually was a really great exercise, because it taught me and helped strengthen the idea that, yeah, I can wait to eat and it's not gonna kill me. It doesn't matter. Like, even if I go out for a walk, even if I have to go do something and I don't get back until 1 or 2 or 3 or something like that. That happened on a lot of occasions. It didn't matter. It was totally fine. I survived, right? I was hungry and I was thinking about food a lot, but it wasn't a problem. And so that strengthens the idea that like hunger is just kind of like a notification on your phone and you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to, right? And so for me, I just was, you know, testing it. And as I said, I was testing this protocol. I liked it for a little bit, but then I reject that idea. So for me right now, at this time in my life, I'm gonna be eating around probably 9:30 as my first meal. So then so I changed that. The salad I did not change, but I did, as you guys saw in the video, I had a Costco salad, but I have since gone back to Nutritarian, like straight Nutritarian salads, which I think is so helpful because when you get less salt, you guys, when you get less sodium, when you get like no added sodium and no added oil, those things in combination, reducing that, it's not as fun at first, right? Like it doesn't taste as good as a Costco salad or something like that. But when you get your taste buds back to that level and you stop believing that every meal has to be a party, then you just kind of eat the meals and there's way less drama. I just want to make that little point there. So I started having Nutritarian salads. I was using Alicia Lee's dressing, the cucumber tahini dressing, for a while. I love that one. Then and I'm gonna link to that one down in the description below so you guys can try that one. And then what I started doing was I just kind of, I had some leftover cucumber and then I just threw a bunch of different nuts and seeds in there, some almond milk and garlic and whatever, and it was like done. I didn't really measure anything. I kind of just put in what I had, and it works out fine just to have a creamy dressing. So I would do a creamy dressing plus some yummy, yummy vinegar. And that has been my salad dressing for like the last couple weeks, and that's been great. And also I'm switching up the vinegars so it makes the salad taste a little bit different each time. I'm switching up the ingredients every couple of days or so. Like I'll have a different lettuce or I'll have a different bean or something like that. And then that is enough variety for me. So I'm telling myself, you know, salad every day. As long as you switch up the ingredients, you're getting enough nutrients, so you don't have to worry about that. And then the flavor part tastes great. As I'm having it, it tastes really, really good. Before I have it, I'm always like, I wish I had a sandwich instead, right? Always, every single time, by the way. That is me. I always, like, I would never just, you know, if I had the choice between a sandwich and a salad, I would never choose a salad, right? But I have trained myself over the years to be a person that chooses salad now over sandwiches every day. So that's good. And then dinner was kind of where everything got all wonky. And so I decided to start putting in, decided to tweak my protocol, you guys. This is an important point. To include foods that I'm going to like end up eating anyways. Even if they're not on plan, I'm gonna end up eating them anyways. And I realize also, like, there is no specific reason for me to be perfect. Like, we don't have to be perfect. And if we can just work in some of the foods that we're going to be, you know, kind of off-plan eating on anyways, if we can create a protocol that's realistic in that way. This is a really, really important point. As you're creating your protocol, if you look at it and it feels like it would be a 9 on the scale of like difficulty, it's not the right protocol for you right now. Maybe in a year you'll be able to do that protocol, but right now, find something that feels realistic for you. So when you're just starting out, it is better to jump all in, do the whole thing all at once, and just be a Nutritarian. Of course it is, right? But for the rest of us who can actually not do that, I mean, I couldn't do that, it's best to find something realistic that you can tweak as you go and get better and better and better, right? And so at this point, my protocol includes a few bites of whatever my daughter is eating, because I'm going to anyways. Frankly, I'm going to anyways. And this way, if it's actually in my protocol, it doesn't matter. It's no big deal. It doesn't affect anything, because we can have 5 or 10% of our diet and, you know, a little bit of off-plan foods anyways. We still keep it vegan, and it's totally fine. That way there's less pressure. I don't have to worry about it so much. And on the days where I'm just not even really interested in food, which happens on occasion now, I don't even eat any of her stuff, and it's totally fine. But it's there if I kind of want it, and then I don't have to feel guilty about it. So I've been working through that. So I went back to my smoothie in the morning because I learned that if I don't, like, what I really like now is having sort of the dessert at night of oatmeal. And so I'll use oatmeal as the dessert if I really want it. But I have my smoothie in the morning because I also realize smoothies in the mornings keep me fuller longer, the way that I make them. By the way, it's the way that I put them in my challenges, my 21-day challenges too. So if you are interested in another 21-day challenge, I think there may be another one coming up in January. So sign up, wateringmouth.com/challenge. I'll put a link for that down below as well. In my challenges, the way that I do smoothies makes it so, like, at least I, and many of my challenges have said the same thing too, is that you don't get hungry for hours, like 4, 5, 6 hours. And that is very, very true. So I've been doing smoothie in the morning again around 9:30. Then I've been doing my salad around 12, 1, 2, 3, depending on what's happening with work. And then some nights I just skip dinner completely because I don't even care, I'm not interested. That is definitely enough food for a full day for me. And then sometimes I have the oatmeal, or sometimes I just have a few bites of my daughter's food and I call it a day, and that's it. No big deal. Dinner is just really light. That's how Dr. Fuhrman recommends anyways, kind of a really light dinner, or no dinner at all sometimes. So I've just basically gone back to what I was doing before I started this new protocol, and it works for me again. But I think really honestly the biggest thing that's changed is my mindset around it. The number one thing is being accepting of the idea of a salad every day. That has made such a big difference in everything, and I'm going to just keep working on this mindset to keep this going. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys have any thoughts about this, any questions. How do you make your own protocol? Like, what's your protocol like? What do you like to eat? What works for you best? And if you can share a recipe, that'd be awesome too. Let us know what your favorite foods are, and yeah, we'll share. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you like this one. Oh, and then I forgot to mention the weight loss part about it. So I'm still at 123. There's been a little bit of up and down. I went up to 124 one day. Today I was 123, maybe 122.5. I can't really tell because my scale isn't that accurate or isn't that precise, but maybe down a little bit. But I'm just gonna keep working on this and keep going and not stress about it. And also not let the lack of weight loss, not let the weight maintenance throw me off at all. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and wait to figure this out until the moment where I can figure it out in a way that's gonna be really long-term for me. Oops, all the way long-term for me, really. Oh, that's one of my videos auto-playing because the cat stepped on the mouse. How nice of you, thank you. All right, I'm gonna stop blabbing. Let me know down below some of your thoughts about this. Sign up for the challenge if you guys are interested, and check me out on Patreon where you have some awesome group coaching that you can get in on and learn more of this mindset stuff with me live. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. See you guys in the next one. Bye.